Hi guys, it's Alex. Look, I just want to say that at the last 10 to 15 minutes of this episode, unfortunately, our cameras did die, so you are going to have to bear with looking at myself and Will for the last 10 to 15 minutes. But regardless, I hope you enjoy it.
This isn't life!
Hello, welcome to This Isn't Life. For anyone that hasn't heard this podcast before, this is a podcast where four idiots, uneducated,
Well, Will's quite educated.
mostly uneducated,
Not really.
unqualified, I would say,
Definitely unqualified.
undeserving,
Yeah.
venture into the world of the absolute decision. All right, gentlemen, years ago, they used to say that an opinion was like an arsehole. Everyone had one, and they all stunk. In the modern world,
Okay.
it's no longer the case. I'd say an opinion now is a bit like a mortgage rate below 2%. No one's got one, and if you do, you're probably over 70.
Very good. Very, very good.
You're not allowed to have an opinion, that's why.
But you're not. And that is why we spit in the face of modern culture. Spit in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we move against those areas of people not wanting to make a decision or put themselves out there. We stand in the Colosseum of opinion against the fear of judgment,
Oh, you're not in
Ridicule.
against the fear of ridicule, against the biggest monster that fear all millennials, and that is the monster of cancel culture.
Oh.
And we stand there as four unholy Roman emperors
Yeah.
against bated breath, have the courage to stand up, to look out on our cushion thrones,
Yep.
overweight, out of touch with people,
Yes, man.
but arisen, and not scared to give a final choice of it being life or death. Or, on what we do in this podcast, this is, or this isn't life. Boom.
Oh, Spanish.
Welcome
You should see the Colosseum.
to another week.
Lovely. That was that's probably the best intro we've
I
ever
think we
had,
should
actually.
edit some sort of, like inspirational,
music.
patriotic music. over
Maybe the
that,
American flag in the
is
background.
yeah.
With us like that. Like,
Yeah.
like,
all looking in the same direction.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
The front cover of.
absolutely.
In all seriousness, I've done some digging, and I realised for all the shit that we discuss, it would be vampires from Alabama, masturbating monkeys, like we go through some absolute shit. In a world where no one ever gives a decisive, completely 100% decision on one side or the other, we're one of the few people that do.
Yeah.
It is a culture.
It's our unique selling point, really.
Yeah, I mean, if you are fucking bored of people telling you about spectrums and how everything is like here or there, you get to just turn up one day and it be yes or fucking no.
Yeah. And what we say is pretty much gospel or law.
I mean, we are saying yes or no to the most ridiculously stupid things.
With chest as well. We do it with our
But-
chest, and that's the beauty of
At
it.
the end of this podcast, you're left with a decision, which isn't what you always get.
Okay.
Apart from our USP, this is a slightly different episode. This isn't life. Instead of taking on the dark corners of the internet to look for obscure and normally smutty, Will.
Always.
William.
Gonna bring it back
Loves
next
the
week.
smut.
Loves the smut.
We are going to go into an area that we just touch on every now and again. All right. Now, I'll give you the reason why. If you saw last week, we mentioned that we recently did 100,000 views on YouTube. All right. So that is the motivation behind it. We're very aware, as we mentioned, that some people may have beaten that record over the time. Yeah.
But
May have got there
can I
first.
just say, right? We've been doing this podcast for a little over a year.
Yeah.
And when you look at the people on YouTube that have like, I don't know, say 20,000 subscribers, they've been doing it for years. You know,
Yeah, it's not an overnight thing.
it's not. And there are podcasts out there that I know of that have been going 4 years that only have like 8,000 subscribers. But they've been going for multiple
Also,
years.
we do this because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not like,
Yeah.
okay, if you get as famous as Joe Rogan or fucking Mr. Beast, someone like that, fair, fine.
Yeah.
Excellent. But if we don't, and we still only have 30 people listening on
I'm
Spotify
happy doing
and
this.
100,000, like, so what? I'm still going to do it.
I have no delusions of grandeur.
No.
This is just 4 idiots having a chat,
It's-
and that's
And sharing it.
And sharing it, yeah.
This is,
Well-
this is the highlight of life. I think you get older and you dissect it. I think the older I get, the more I realise that it's maybe not like when you go to the pub, like getting pissed and all the rest of it, and stuff that you actually enjoy. It's actually the fact of you just shooting the shit for hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, with your mates,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
A
that's
little
it.
slice of old England. That's what I like calling it.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Yes, Will.
Everyone knows. You know, you have a tough week at work, and you go, oh, I could do with a beer. Let's see what the boys are doing.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking knows that.
And
Actually, boys or girls, doesn't matter.
And you want to put the world to rights.
Everyone, looks forward to spending it down the spoons,
Yeah, of course.
getting a few pints in,
Beer and a burger.
beer and a burger.
No, well, look, we talk about beer and a burger and a Weatherspoons, and Josh and I, well, actually, so for my birthday last week, Josh paid half with my missus for a concert ticket for
How have you
Fight Star.
shoehorned this in from there?
Because
Yeah,
no,
I know
listen,
where he's going.
Listen to this
I know
story,
where he's going.
right? And it's very similar to a story that happened to you a few years back. So we were going to Fight Star, as you can. I've got the merch. Been there. Got the t-shirt.
Been there, done it.
We went and we're sitting in a Weatherspoons outside Liverpool Street Station, and I waited for Josh about half hour. He was late, as per usual. And then I got there. I said, Josh, don't buy a beer. You get a burger and a pint, £13. What do you want? I'll have this burger, Alex. Okay, I'm going to go to the counter because I want to pay by cash. Go up there. Table number 9. Can I have this burger and this burger? We've run out of beef.
Yeah, they run out of beef in the Weatherspoons.
Run out
That's
of beef.
pretty mental, isn't it?
Beef.
Like, he didn't say run out of burgers. We've run out of beef.
So I can't have a shepherd's pie. Or
Yeah.
shepherd's pie. It's a bit different, but because that's not beef. But
It's lamb.
yeah, it's lamb. But I couldn't have a
Cottage pie.
A cottage pie. I couldn't have a spaghetti bolognese.
You
Be
could.
different, but be beef mince though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he said
they
beef.
had
He
no
didn't
beef.
say burgers. He
Yeah,
said
but you know what he meant.
well,
No,
well,
'cause if I wanted a beef burrito,
no
would
chili
I
con
have got
carne.
it? Would I have got the beef burrito?
You could have given him some beef.
Well, I could.
I'm
not
so
having any
hungry.
beef.
I'm surprised I didn't give
Well,
him
we
some
ended up
beef.
walking to Shoreditch, walked all the way around Old Town, went through Box Park, and then walked back to Liverpool Street.
to then
Oh,
get the
lovely.
train
Did not
to then
find-
get the train to Wembley to eat at Box Park at Wembley.
Did not find a bite to eat.
But yeah, Fight Star was good.
How the fuck did you two not find a way to eat in London?
Well, this is the issue. There was a lot of
You
places
idiot.
to eat, but would you want to eat or you can eat curry before going to a?
No. What, before you go into a Fight Star concert?
Yeah.
Moshing.
One wrong fart and you've ruined your whole
Yeah.
day's experience.
Look at me.
Look,
At what point did you not think that I look like the kind of guy that would take a chance on an all-you-can-eat curry?
that was actually something that's why I said it's a very similar story to what happened to you. Do you remember when KFC ran out of chicken?
I do.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that was
Dark days for
that was
Parky, that.
logistic issues. Yeah, yeah.
You went in
Honestly,
there,
I've still got the
didn't
emails from the Colonel apologising.
You went in there, didn't you?
No,
Yeah.
I just shouted at the woman. through the
What do you
Wi-Fi.
mean you don't have any chicken?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, it was done half as a joke, but then after, I really hoped that she took it as the joke that it was meant to be, or I looked like an absolute crackhead.
Well, what did you say?
I told her I'd kill her family.
no, you didn't.
In a vat of gravy.
It was all a joke. I just had a son at gunpoint. I expressed the ironic. It was more a case of pointing out the irony of Kentucky Fried Chicken had no chicken.
So it was just
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried. Kentucky Fried nothing.
Just give me the skin.
Fried
Were
air.
you under the impression that the irony was lost on her? That she
Yeah,
worked for Kentucky Fried
I'll be honest
Chicken
with you. I don't know if the irony was lost or she had said that to 1,000 people that day.
Yeah,
That was
just
probably
find it
more-
funny.
That had all responded to. That was the equivalent to anyone that's ever worked in retail when something won't scan and someone goes, "Oh, must be free."
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
there's
Or-
loads of them actually, isn't there?
Or a waiter coming over and did you like your meal and you finished it? No. I
Yeah,
hated it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was disgusting.
Yeah. How many times do you reckon the waiters wanted to drown someone in the leftover soup when someone said
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, there's
all the
Just hold their
fucking
head
time.
down and not stop until
Joe,
the movement
Yeah.
stopped.
like my ADHD brain has gone to because I saw the video like 3 days ago. You said about soup. You ever seen like that? You remember Mighty Boosh? Yeah. Everyone-
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're like two heads in the sand, and soup Good on. Crunchy friends in a liquid broth.
See, I
Fucking,
I
don't know
don't-
what you said,
I'd love a
soup,
little.
and it
I'd love a little window into your mind.
Oh,
mate.
mate.
you are like
Mate.
you're like Dustin.
Crunchy friends in a liquid broth.
You're like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
just without the mathematical skills.
on the way back. Yeah. Don't go to the casino with him though, because he's fucking useless.
Yeah.
We had this discussion, didn't we, the other day in the car, and made it clear that you were our Carl Pilkington.
Alex is our Carl Pilkington.
Look,
Really, he's the KP.
I think he's the KP.
When-
Definitely.
I'm
When
here to
we had that moment-
entertain.
we had that moment a few weeks ago with the monkey, and Alex said that life doesn't get any better than this, and that's why it wasn't real. Was still my favourite.
Do you remember that, Will?
Yeah, I do.
That
I
was
do
his
remember
synopsis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
life
it real then,
doesn't
Alex?
get
Well, because life don't get any better than that, does it? What? Than a masturbating monkey?
In-
Ghost monkey as well.
That's
I've-
the
I've
insight to a beautiful
actually-
mind.
That is.
At Fight Star, I spoke to your brother, spoke to Dean, and he's informed me that is a real story.
Whoa.
Well,
How does
well,
he know?
Well, it was on Most Haunted.
Oh, for real.
Yeah. Dino sent me a link. He heard the podcast and then sent me a link of Derek Akora. And apparently there was a moment where Derek Akora nearly went full monkey.
What?
What, he
So,
got like
'cause he,
possessed by
like,
it?
I don't know if you remember, my mum used to watch Most Haunted. For anyone that hasn't watched it, it is a dog shit program.
It's not great.
Where people go round. No, it is.
It's a laugh,
It's not.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, if you look at it from a funny perspective,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. If you and my mum is one of these people that takes it seriously,
Oh.
you need to get checked. Yeah, but he would go round, and then there'd be moments where a medium would get called Derek Akora would get taken over by the ghost. And then would start speaking and would then say
In
things
tongues and that.
like he'd been possessed, yeah. And apparently there was a moment where he nearly transitioned and went monkey, but thought better of it.
Like Caesar in
So he would have
Planet
just.
of the Apes.
What
Did he get down on like? Was he walking around like an ape?
He
Yeah,
didn't,
like
no, he didn't do it.
like flinging
he
his
was
shit.
saying it was there, but there looked like a moment where he might do it, but then he didn't go for it.
He
must
thought,
have
oh,
thought about
that's
it.
too unbelievable.
The director behind the camera was like,
Yeah.
That's too
How?
Yeah.
I mean, I look funny, but that would have been TV gold.
That would have been, yeah.
because he would have had to masturbate as well.
And
You
stand
can't
on
just
the
be like,
bar.
this is the spirit of the
woman's
monkey.
face.
The monkey's known for masturbating. So you can't just take
And
this.
for flinging
He can't do
shit.
it all the time. There's got to be a time where he's on the down, where he's finished up. I mean,
Nah.
even if there's only a 20-minute window.
I don't think ghosts have that. I think they can just continually bust nuts.
He's got to reload, though, hasn't he?
Nah, I don't think you do as a
He's
ghost.
got to restock.
Yeah.
You're made up of
Spirit.
I don't know what you made. Well, whatever they're made up
Nothing,
of.
it's
Fucking
not real.
Yeah, no.
They're not
Imagine-
real.
All right, well,
Yeah.
hang on a
Yeah, you're
minute.
looking
Hang
for it.
on a minute. Let's segue. That's a nice segue. This isn't real. That is real.
This is a nice segue.
Real.
So as a special, well done there, Alex. It's a good podcast.
Yeah.
That's a
Thank
rare,
you,
it's a
thank
rare
you.
professional moment from us there. Ghost isn't one of these because ghosts are a bit broad. But
I like the way you said that's good podcasting. It reminds me of that bit in The Office where they're jumping around on the sofas. Go, parkour. It's like podcasting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
once again, an
Sorry.
insight to Alex.
The
Fine.
fuck, mate.
I don't
Sometimes
know-
think before you speak.
I don't.
Josh, you don't understand what it's like in my.
No, I don't think anyone does.
It is like a spring in my mind going like that, yeah. It starts shaking violently, and then every now and then a coil just that's
like
I've been tested. I'm waiting for the
Like
results, right?
flubber. Like flubber when
Yeah,
you
it
let
is like
flubber
flubber.
go and it bangs around the house.
Yeah, that's what it's
I don't know
like.
if it's drugs you should stop taking or more drugs you
Yeah, you should be taking.
Speed
Whatever it
does
is,
help.
the balance ain't right. With this being a special, we will not be doing a one story today. We are going to go through some conspiracy theories. We've got 3 that have been mentioned on this podcast. 2 out of the 3 I know are ones that our conspiracy theory activist Josh Wilson is a fan of. So we'll look to debunk it, and then at the end we'll throw in some fun ones just at the end.
See, maybe that's the poor attitude of what you've just said is why conspiracy. What did you say? We'll try and debunk it. Why don't we try and why don't we flip it and try and prove
Well,
it?
I will go back on what I said there because this is the thing. As my introduction said, this is a podcast of absolution.
Exactly.
So
You got to be fair.
this isn't going to be. We're going to keep the debate short, but ultimately we're going to do what all the other conspiracy theory podcasts don't do, and we are going to make a definitive decision at the end of this.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss it quickly, and then when the timer runs out, we are then going to stop, And as experts of judge, jury, and executioner to reality, we are going to make a decision of this is or this isn't life. As if there is a draw, I have a trusty 50p piece that will decide the factor.
Queen's nose.
Decide the decision.
Okay.
And also, once this is done, this will be forever
Sorry,
the
don't-
narrative
don't
of the
tell them.
podcast.
Don't tell them. There's 50p piece, Parky. You're not allowed to do that.
What?
What
Take
he's
your
got
head
there,
off, boy. That's $1 bill.
what he's got there is that,
have to have work
this
for this.
isn't life. This isn't life decider device. It's not a coin.
Yeah, it's got to be more than a coin.
actually got
It's,
two-
it's
I have the this isn't life deciding factor that looks surprisingly like a 50p
yeah,
piece.
but it's not.
It's not. It's
Tell them
definitely
what it
not.
is.
It's
They don't
not.
tell
It's a
them.
75% piece.
It has the head of a dead woman on it.
It's got our heads on both sides.
It has the head of Will
It's
on
got
one side.
mine and
Have you found my discarded hard drive?
Jesus Christ.
This is a decider from the cartel of Mexico.
Tell them what it is.
Right.
God.
Let's get started. So what we're going to do... actually, I'm going to get someone else to do the timer as I'm running it. Is anyone
I'll
else?
do the timer. I'll do it.
Set it for 5 minutes.
Okay.
We won't do it yet. I'll read it out and we'll set the timer after.
Sounds good.
All right, but
Sounds
we're
good.
going to start on 1. All right. So here is the first one. All I'm going to do is read out a description for anyone that doesn't know it, and then after the description, we'll have a little chat. And the first topic is flat Earth.
Excellent.
All right. Description, as Wikipedia tells us, flat Earth is an archaic and scientifically disproven conception of Earth's shape as a plane or disc. Many ancient cultures subscribe to a flat Earth cosmography. The model has undergone a recent resurgence as a conspiracy theory. The idea of a spherical Earth appeared in ancient Greek philosophy with Pythagoras. However, most pre-Socrates retained the flat Earth model. In the early 4th century BC, Plato wrote about a spherical Earth. By about 330 BC, this former student Aristotle had provided strong empirical evidence for the spherical Earth. Knowledge of Earth's global shape was gradually begun to spread beyond the world. By the early period of the Christian Church, the spherical view was widely held, with some notable exceptions. All right. So, more recently, flat Earth theory has been an increase in popularity with modern flat Earth societies and unaffiliated individuals using social media, despite the scientific facts and obvious effects of Earth's spherical, pseudo-scientific flat Earth conspiracy theories prevail. In a 2018 study reported on by Scientific America, I think this is interesting, only 82% of 18 to 24-year-olds respondent agreed with the statement, "I have always believed the Earth is round." However, a firm belief in flat Earth is rare, with less than 2% acceptance in all age groups. So what they're saying there is 18 to 24, there's only 82%, whereas if you open it up to all age groups, that number comes down to 2%.
What? 2% of what?
So 82% of 18 to 24-year-olds
believe that the Earth is flat. Is round. It's round. Yeah, okay.
But that obviously does leave you with 18% of ones that haven't
which
always.
is quite high.
It's fucking massive. 18% of all people
And
age.
yeah,
In America,
Yeah.
380 million people are saying in America.
yeah.
so then 2% of
But if you then broaden that out
to
age-wise
everyone, yeah.
to everybody,
Yeah.
Only 2% believe
must
only
plateau, surely.
2%. So,
the Earth is round.
so out of the 18% represented in the 18 to 24 category. It's a bit, 18 to 24, we're doing the X Factor groups. But when you open it up to the over 25s, that goes down to less than 2%. That 18 represents 2% nationally.
Before we get into discussing, I don't know if any of you know this. My ex-fiance, her great-great-granddad, if you Google it, he is the founder of the Flat Earth Society.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that is true.
Right, well, let's start that timer and let's mention that.
Okay, give me a sec.
But, I mean, there's not much to mention.
Right, I'm gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1.
I think this one should be pretty easy. because there is no way in a million years we have a flat Earth.
Can we have a bit of order? Can we start with Will?
Oh, we want to start with me?
Yeah, absolutely. You can start with me if you want, but I think it's a nice.
I read it out,
Try
so
and-
probably
try and
best.
be-
I'm
Try and be quick.
I'm pretty easy. The Earth is obviously round.
Why? What we were discussing this? Why is that? Why is that?
Why?
Summarise
is
that.
The way gravity works, the way everything is pulled towards the centre. You can test. I think a flat earther actually did try to test whether the Earth was flat or round by like measuring lasers into the horizon, and he said, right, if it's flat, then it
I
should
know,
be
I've
the
seen
same
it.
here as it is here.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, obviously.
And he
it was
got
way
proved.
above.
Yeah, he got look fucking
Got proved
stupid.
wrong because it's, you know, obviously the laser's going straight, and the curvature of the Earth means that where he's put the receiver or whatever, it'll be way above the receiver's height. So
So you're going strictly like.
yeah, 100%. I've always
Okay.
thought it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Flat Earth Society.
I agree. But like I mentioned, the ex's great grandfather was the founder of the Flat Earth
Did you
Society.
speak to this guy?
No, he was long.
Long gone.
No, he's the
Yeah.
founder of the Flat Earth Society. He's fucking years and years and years and years ago.
He's just the bones like now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But he, yeah. So he founded. But I did see something actually quite. It was earlier in the week, a couple of days ago. Basically, a flat earther tried to describe how flat Earth theory has to be true by using a whiskey decanter globe. So it's a decanter
I've
in a
seen
globe,
that, yeah.
and it's a flat line of the water of the liquid in a circle, right? So a sphere. So there's water in a sphere, and it's flat, the water. And he said, well, because the water's not curved on the surface, it has to be flat. So because the sea isn't curved, the Earth has to be flat.
So
The thing is, the sea is curved, but like
Yeah,
it's
of
such
course
a
it
massive
is.
scale,
Yeah.
you will not be able to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
the
it's
difference.
an naked eye, yeah.
So he's basically just saying like because it's
Because
not
cups aren't that
Yeah,
shape. sort
and
of-
also I like the fact that this decanter is, you know, quite a way above the centre of the Earth.
Yeah.
So it is going to be flat
Yeah.
on the top because it's all being pulled towards the centre. But if that was at the centre,
Yeah.
it would be perfectly
of course.
so, round.
So you're
But-
saying.
Yeah, no, this isn't life.
I absolutely agree. I don't think the Earth is flat, but for reasons that I can't, I have not got time to get into. It's not. I don't know what other conspiracy theories that you have on your list, but I'm of a belief that we may live in a simulation or like a virtual reality or some kind of augmented reality that we live in.
We'll stay on track for the flat Earth.
So you know, that's why I'm saying that I don't believe the Earth is flat all round. I believe everything around us is what we perceive. So
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I mean,
So, Ryan,
Are you all right?
so yours.
this is why I didn't want to do a conspiracy one.
No,
Every time I say
we've got
anything,
we've got a little bit of time.
Absolutely shot
This
down.
is no, we're not shooting it down. This is why we do this. Yeah, this is what makes it because I want to hear the other side to it. Yeah, it's interesting to hear. Obviously, as Will had said, and as I've read out, and as we are all aware, we can all scientifically prove that the Earth is circular, a circular shape. Now, what I want to dig down into, yeah, is obviously with your belief of like the simulation theory, yeah. Do you not think that at least let's say you're right that it's a simulation?
The simulation of the Earth is round.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think the Earth is flat. But then again,
That's what we're saying. Not about if it's round or whatever shape it is. Is it flat? Is it flat Earth a thing?
But is it a globe as well? I'm going to say because they're the only two options.
I don't think it is any.
But do you think it's flat?
No. Then,
But do you not
if it's
even-
in the simplest terms? No, it's not. No.
That's what-
So you
that's
don't
what we
even
go.
think within the simulation what we've created. So what your perception would be. So if you
Yeah.
got into a rocket and flew up to space and looked back at Earth,
Oh, like from what we perceive it to be.
Yes.
Then yeah, it's round. Of course it is.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Of course it's round. Like every other planet is round, or like
Because
the sun is round.
If you dig down into what they're creating as a perception,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, but on a basic level, yeah, of course
Yeah.
it's round.
Yeah.
Whether that be how we perceive it or whether that is how it is, yeah, it's,
You have
it's
about
round.
a
It's not
minute.
flat. We don't live on a dinner plate. No,
No.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
great. So then let's go for these decisions. We can wait for the time to run out for the decisions, but if we're ahead, we're ahead.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, what do I think?
I don't think he's gonna say it's flat.
I think we're pretty much agreed. This is, I mean, it is without.
How are you standing up and not falling over?
Oh,
well, there you go.
That is.
It's decision time. So I get to do my decision, and my decision is without a shadow of a doubt. So on the term of, is the Earth flat is the question. This isn't life.
This isn't life, 100%.
Yeah.
because
This isn't
it is a globe spherical shape.
And from
Yeah.
what we can see, hopefully in that camera right there, if my editing skills are up to par, you will now see up here, maybe somewhere,
Oh, like a ding and a little table.
and a little thing.
Table saying
of-
what is and what
yeah.
not live for that out of the selection.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Okay.
To be edited.
All be put, yeah.
For all the people watching on YouTube that are looking at a blank space, he couldn't edit it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he failed.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
With
I
my
like
version
that,
of
though. I
reality,
like
I
that
can
flat
see it
Earth.
up there.
Yep.
Right. So, Josh, we give a decision.
Oh, this isn't life.
This isn't life,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Alex?
Yeah, I agree.
This isn't life.
Can
William?
categorically state that this isn't life.
We unanimous.
This isn't
This
life.
isn't life.
Yeah.
Therefore, forever in this podcast, we will always acknowledge the Earth as a spherical and not
Yeah,
flat shape.
I accept
Right.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Shouldn't be too revolutionary, but this is the shit we've got to now.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
This is how we're filling our episodes.
We've run out of ideas.
This is the point we've got.
Next
to.
week is water wet.
Dogs
Right.
can't look up.
That was a nice. I thought we'd start off nice and easy.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think if you're on the flat Earth part, I think you should be carted off somewhere. Yeah. Shouldn't say this, but thank God that guy's dead.
How can you get carted off?
You can still be carted off on flat, can't you?
Wheels don't exist.
Oh yeah, flat. Yeah, they're flat.
Being dragged away on a square,
Just
square tired.
to give it a definitive thing before you do, I'm not going to name him. People can look up the founder of the Flat Earth Society. I mean, he's not a basketball player, that's for sure.
No one said he was.
But I'm just gonna Google his name.
Was he a short king?
I have no idea.
What happened to him?
Oh,
Surely-
sorry, I got the wrong name. But
He was assassinated by NASA.
He was born 30th of March 1903. Died the 2nd of March 1971.
Oh, he had a
He was
good
an English
innings.
conspiracy theorist and lecturer. In 1956, he founded the International Flat Earth Society.
He's a lecturer. What's he a lecturer?
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, he's flat. Okay.
What
Just
university?
made it seem a bit
took
more
on-
real.
You can do a university studying anything. Now you can do
Yeah.
Pokemon, can't you, or some shit?
You would be better off doing Pokemon than flat
The
Earth.
We have got to
Earth
catch 'em all,
Research,
so-
International Flat Earth Research Society, based in Dover.
That says it all, doesn't it?
There you go.
There you go.
He
Cool.
lectured tirelessly on this to youth clubs, political and student groups, and during the space race in 1960s, he was frequently seen on television and in newspapers promoting his views.
If you're
That's
bored of
more
the
like
ramblings of
proselytising, though,
four
isn't it?
idiots, feel free to read the ramblings of an old idiot instead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name him because,
Out of respect.
yeah, just
Can I just say that if currently the only two things you're doing is using the internet is for this podcast and to Google that person.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing
You've
for
got,
life?
the power, you've got the power of all the humans' knowledge at your fingertips. You've gone, this is the direction I'm
You've
going
used
in."
your time wisely, is what I would say.
Right. Next one. Started off, that was the amuse bouche, I believe they called it, or amuse bouche at the start, like the little
roast.
taster.
Aperitif.
Aperitif. This is one that actually could actually go either way. Moon landing
Excellent.
conspiracy theories.
Excellent.
All right. We'll read just the first paragraph because you know what it is. all right?
of course.
Moon landing conspiracy theories claim that some or all elements of the Apollo program and the associated moon landings were hoaxes staged by NASA, possibly with the aid of other organisations. Most notable claim of these conspiracy theories is that the 6 crewed landing, 1969-1972, were faked, and the 12 Apollo astronauts did not actually land on the moon. Various groups of individuals have made claims since the mid-1970s that NASA and others knowingly misled the public into believing the landings happened by manufacturing, tampering with, or destroying evidence, including photos, telemetry tapes, radio and TV transmissions, and the moon rock samples.
Can
Can I? Oh, sorry. Because I've got something I need to say quickly.
we need to start the timer?
We need to start the timer, and I'm going to start with Alex, but be concise.
Ready?
I will.
3, 2,
The moon landing, right? I believe that we have been to the moon, and we went, roughly around that time that we went to
I'm
the
going
moon.
to
Give or
narrow this
take a
down.
No. Hang on.
Okay, carry on with Alex. Sorry.
I know what you're trying to say, but the reason I'm saying it is we were in a space race with Russia. Russia could go to the moon,
Yes, we.
and we went. We are going to the
They
moon.
could.
We've done. We've been to. We're there. We're there. Here's the video protect to prove
Yeah,
it.
it definitely
Right.
was
So
that.
Stanley
Wait.
Kubrick.
I'm going to just jump in there quickly on your explanation. They didn't say we've been there. The Russians and the Americans were in a race together
They were.
at the same time.
Yes.
Russians were first to space, but both parties were equally competing at the
It was a
time.
pissing contest.
Yeah.
It
It was a
pissing-
flexing a muscle.
But I don't want
Yeah,
to
it was
because
a Cold
it
War.
was slightly misleading in the fact you said, "Oh, we have been there," like they were just trying.
We
to
have,
it.
though.
No.
No,
misleading- you were
yeah.
saying we've been there. Oh, by the way, we've been there and didn't mention it. Is how it sounded. I'm saying that both parties were very aware that they were racing to get there.
It was a space race.
When I
It was
say,
literally that's what it
No,
was.
no,
Yeah,
but
no,
Alex
no,
didn't.
when I
Alex
say-
didn't
Yeah.
word it
when I
differently.
say we've been there, I mean like we're in 2024. We've been to. The
No.
No,
When
yeah, that's
you,
not-
when
that's
you
not.
give your monologue, whatever there,
Yeah.
it sounded like Russia said we were going to go to the moon,
Oh, right.
and then America went,
We've
we've
already
already
been
been
Oh
there.
yeah, no. Sorry.
Right.
I meant like as in now times we have been to the moon.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying at the time is we wanted to get there first. So to get there first, we staged it before we actually went.
What were you going to say about
And-
Stanley Kubrick? Because that was going to be my
Because
point as
Stanley
well.
Kubrick made that in with a skeleton crew in a studio. Now it's a bit of a yes, it can be debunked, right? But my question to you guys who are don't
Yeah.
believe this
Non-believers.
is if Neil Armstrong it is Neil Armstrong, yes.
Louis.
Louis Armstrong. I'm on the moon. If Neil Armstrong was the first person on the
Who
moon,
took the
recorded
picture?
it? Yeah.
That's you've said basically what I was going to say.
What?
If he was the first man on the moon, who took the picture?
Well, you think they took it as they stepped out?
Yeah, because
Well, sorry,
one
who-
giant leap for man, one step for whatever he said,
He
whatever he
was-
supposedly said. Who was filming him?
Yeah, they had something that landed before. I've seen about this.
Oh, did they?
They've already said this about this. Yeah, I think you can look into this. I might be wrong.
So they managed. So they managed to send
no, let me
a
finish.
camera or
Let
a
me
crew.
finish. They had that thing there, and they already had something that was like that pre-landed with them, that pre-landed, or they'd released something from there, then set it up first.
Oh
and
well,
done
then
it.
yeah, then
Yeah.
yeah.
They
Okay,
just
well
set-
look,
they just may have just set it up
Put it this way.
That's mental.
Oh, no, you're right. So the options are: someone went out, put a camera, they went back in the spaceship and done that,
Or someone else was on the moon
or
first.
it was in a Hollywood studio.
Yes.
Or they
And okay, let me counteract it. Let's say they went through that trouble. Yeah, they got the greatest minds of the 20th century together to stage something that important. Because we're not just talking about if you get it wrong and they find out there's the smallest thing that Russia can jump on, it would be the greatest. This isn't just the moon race. Yeah, or the space race. This is communism versus capitalism. It is the most important pinnacle part of it, yeah? And during the importance of that, of the world watching, no one realised that NASA,
Yeah.
that there was someone recording it. Their fuck up was someone had, actually, they're not going to realise someone's recording it.
why was the flag move? How can the flag
Because
be
it
moving?
perpetuates
Yeah.
movement. So when you start moving it, because it's in space, it just keeps
Yes,
moving. It's not
that's it.
wind.
It's not wind.
Can I tell you why I think Stanley Kubrick done it?
Because he said he done it.
No, because
Give
a
it,
year
give, it,
before,
give it us quickly. Give
a
it us
year
quickly.
before he made 2001: A Space Odyssey, and they thought it was so realistic in space and the way he'd done the flotations and all of that. They went, "You can replicate the moon landing."
You can replicate it
okay,
underwater.
So give me something about that the film, as you might say it, the film of them landing and all that. What about that scene is not right? Then is not accurate to.
Well, okay,
moon
so
conditions.
you it takes us how long to set up these cameras? Realistically, 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
But I can't do that from here. In this day and age, I still can't put a camera there. Even if I had a drone, I'd still have to move it about physically and set a camera with a controller or anything like that. So you're telling me that in 1969 they had a piece of equipment that would deploy itself from a
No, not
spaceship?
necessarily.
I agree.
Not necessarily.
Land
But-
perfectly
but
and
does
it's
it-
shot.
does it
I was
matter
using that as
Does it
like
matter
I
who
think that was
landed
the
first?
case.
Does it?
Yes.
Does it?
It's a lie.
No,
It's a
no,
blatant lie.
No. I don't think it really matters like how the fucking camera was set up. The fact is that they went there.
But yeah, I'm not
and
saying they
conditions
didn't
were
go
correct.
there.
Maybe they
but at the
maybe they
time-
did set it up and then went back in and was like, oh, actually,
Yeah,
no,
so
we're
I'm
going to
saying-
agree
So,
that you're
so he
the
didn't
first
actually
one
take
to
his
come in.
first. on camera.
Which would be more possibly likely.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
rather than it being
I
set up in
understand.
a...
I understand that what
give
you're
me-
asking is the moon landing real. Well,
Can you just give
Go on,
me
man.
one thing that we can quickly discuss about what is one aspect that you're like, well, this happened, so therefore we couldn't have gone
Okay.
at the time.
can I say something?
Because
Because
a one shot and then we make a decision.
why have we never gone back?
We have
yeah, we have.
Man's been back on the moon.
Man,
many
hasn't-
times.
we haven't landed.
No, we
landed
haven't.
back on
We
the
are-
moon.
No, we haven't.
There's tyre tracks that are on there. We have walked on the moon before.
Man has never gone back to the moon.
And we've set things up on the moon. You can bounce
No,
things off the moon.
we've sent things to the moon.
we
at Man has never been back. Why have we not been back?
we humans haven't done another manned exploration.
Why
to
not?
I am
Why?
sure we
No,
have.
we haven't.
back on the
Google
moon.
it. Google
Funding,
it. What,
probably.
why not? Oh,
Because they cut government funding after they
What?
realised that they didn't.
what
after-
NASA, who's worth like $100 trillion?
Well, they're not though, because they're like a. I think they're like
They're a government entity. They
they're-
are a government
I,
entity.
I,
They're,
I,
they're,
I
a-
think
they're a
that's
funded. They're a funded organisation. So when the space race was finished, the government realised the Cold War was over. The Soviet Union had disbanded, so they didn't have any reason to keep going back. That's
someone
part of
can-
the reason Elon Musk is developing his own space program, because NASA doesn't have the budget to do it.
Oh, fair enough. But it's mad that we can send rovers to Mars for no reason, but we can't send a man back to the moon.
It's
That's
easier to
crazy.
send. It's easier to
It's
send
just a rock,
robots.
though, isn't it, as well?
So,
it's less-
so's the moon.
It's
So-
easier to send unmanned things there, because also you don't have the insurance and all that other shit. They're
Yeah,
like,
of
if someone
course. No,
dies,
I
then-
understand. There's more.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
So we
obviously-
definitely
Right,
could do it.
to go on to this, Apollo 11 was followed by 6 further trips to the moon, 5 of which landed successfully. 12 men walked on the lunar surface in total.
What year was that?
Yeah, when was that?
It's between that time. They've done it a few
Oh
different
really?
years.
They've actually. I thought
Yes,
they-
they've gone back on there. 12 men have walked
Okay,
on the
well,
moon.
look, we're undecided, aren't we? Or undecided.
Right, so now it's time to make a decision.
yeah,
Now I am going to go. So the question is, I won't answer first, but the question is, was the moon landing a conspiracy? And by that we mean the first trip, Apollo 11.
The famous,
Yeah.
the famous,
The
the
famous
famous
one,
one.
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah, one small step for man, one giant leap
Yeah.
for mankind. Was that on the moon? William, go. Oh, so the question is,
So-
was that hoaxed?
was
is
it
the question.
filmed on the moon?
No.
So
Let
was
me
it-
answer the question. Was the walking of the moon on Apollo 11
Real.
Was that hoaxed? Because we're
No.
asking the conspiracy theory.
It wasn't a hoax.
So this isn't life for you, Will.
To the conspiracy theory, this is
Yeah, to the conspiracy theory, this isn't life.
Yeah, because I believe
Yeah.
they did land on the moon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, this is life. Shouldn't it be? This
No,
is
because it's to the hoax.
it's a
We're
hoax.
asking the conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
it's
aren't
the
we?
conspiracy
So
side
we're
of
saying,
it.
is the conspiracy theory real?
right. Okay. Is it my?
Yep.
Okay, and my reasoning.
Dunno.
As long as
Very
it's-
quick.
Only you know.
concise,
Only you know.
Very
that.
quick one. My reasoning behind why it is, as Will mentioned, a Cold War. We wanted to win the Cold War. We didn't want the Soviet Union to win, so we said, "Well, we've been there first. Here's our proof." I'm not saying that we didn't
It
go
wasn't
there.
we, it was America.
Okay, America. I'm not saying we didn't go there or America didn't go there. What I'm saying is that to get it, to prove it quicker, we hoaxed the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying this is life.
I'm saying this is life.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. I'm not saying no one's ever been to the moon. I'm saying that particular footage, or at that time, was rushed because they didn't want to lose face to Russia. That's what I believe. I don't think that footage is us on the moon. I'm not saying we haven't been, but yes, I'm saying this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm agreeing with Alex.
All right. My theory would be if we are all agreed that we have been, why wouldn't you have been the first time? So for that reason, I'm going to say this isn't life, which means it's a 2-all draw. So this isn't life decider comes into play. All right. I'm going to use this one. On
This
my
is
own parts.
tense.
Heads is for the logical brain. All right, of me and William.
How do we know?
And tails is the talking the shit
Okay.
out your ass for
All
you
right.
too.
All right.
All right. So heads
Come
is
on,
me
Lady
and Will.
Luck.
Tails is
I'd like you to show the camera.
First.
Oh no, you
do
got
it
to
again.
flip
And
it.
it landed on tails.
Bet it did.
Now it'd be
Bet
heads.
it did.
That's a conspiracy in itself. What?
Oh. Is
Right.
it confirmed?
Right,
It
one
is
more.
Heads.
One more, because the first one was
No,
tails.
no, we only want one flip. You can't help the drop.
It fell off his hand. Man.
Right now, from on now on this podcast, when the moon landing comes up, we're all in agreement
Okay.
that it landed. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
The conspiracy theory is not real.
it goes against everything I believe in.
I know this is
It's
what I wanted.
horrible, man.
This is what
It's
I wanted
horrible.
to do.
That is like that feeling just there is like someone telling me that an A4 piece of white printer paper is black.
Yeah.
But I really
That is
thought you
what
were
it's
going to say
like.
could be folded to the moon.
Well, yeah, apparently
I know.
he can.
No, I don't
Yeah,
care.
no, you're actually right. Yeah, you're right.
When I was just a listener of this great podcast, I remember hearing that on the train, and I nearly stood up. I was like, "He's right! Everybody's right! He's a genius."
Do you know what's ironic? You find that more believable than the fact we could have faked going to the moon. That you
but
can
I just
fold a
wanna-
bit of paper so many times.
Do
it
you know
No,
what's
but
bad?
it's theoretical maths. It's
If
not
you folded
reality.
it that many
You'd have to
times
prove
and
it.
stood on top of it, you'd get to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. So why didn't they just do that?
'Cause you can't
So
fold-
much easier.
'cause you can't fold the paper. It's theoretical, isn't it?
Right. Anyway,
You'd have to be like.
Right,
actually
next
fixed,
one,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know little about this, so I can't really I say little about this. I obviously have common sense, but I don't know much about the facts. This one is really gonna play into Mr. Joshua Wilson here.
Well, I'd like to have I'd like to be able to speak if possible in this one because I feel like I
I'm gonna-
get dampened a lot by all of you. All of you.
I'm,
Alex,
gone
Alex
round.
shouts out
It's your
any
next-
old fucking
it's your
nonsense.
next one.
we can let you take a bit of
Alright.
charge on this
I'll
one.
take charge.
Thank you.
Let me read
Can
it
I-
out.
Boys, can I just quick?
Shut up.
I really need a wee.
This isn't life.
This podcast is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby was formulated to give you all the energies, all the focus, with no jitters or crash.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking no sugars, no calories, no maltodextrin, and no artificial colours.
You get 30 servings in every tub, and it comes in over 8 different flavours. But you know what else is sick about them? Their merch. T-shirts, hoodies and stickers, all on their website. Go check them out now.
And when you're on the website, type in "This Isn't Life" for 10% off your whole basket total.
This isn't life!
Right. So we've finished that up on the moon. Other one we've got here. This one is definitely in place for you, Mr. Wilson. One that I know you've got some points on. The reptilian conspiracy theory.
Excellent. So,
Let me read it out first
Okay.
before you start
Okay.
jumping ahead.
Yep.
All right. Reptilians, also called reptoids, archons,
Anunnaki?
reploids, Surians, honestly, some of these people.
Draconians.
Draconians, thank you, thank you. Lizard people. I can't believe you knew what I was saying by that as well. That's
course.
worrying. Are supposed reptilian humanoids, which play a prominent role in fantasy, science fiction, UFOlogy, and conspiracy theories. The idea of reptilians was popularized by David Icke, a conspiracy theorist who claims shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies. Icke has stated on multiple occasions that many world leaders are or are possessed by so-called reptilians. Prepare the timer, Mr. Wilson.
Before we go, can I clarify the question?
We are asking the question of, do reptilians... So the question is this conspiracy theory true? So are they real,
okay.
and do they control society?
Okay.
All right?
So, I'll start to move 3, 2,
And we want your opinion first, Mr. Wilson.
1. Okay. It's probably the most mentalist one because like it's so you can't because of everything how everything you're taught in that is so far beyond what you can fathom. Like that's even to me when I hear about it, I'm like, it sounds insane. It's like something out of Marvel. So I understand how crazy, but if not so much that the Queen's a lizard or whatever, but if you look back in ancient Sumerian time, so in ancient Sumer, which is what we know is Iraq, is I think that obviously they come from I think the Draconians, what you referred to, is they come from, apparently they come from like there's planets called like Star Draconia or something like that is what they come from. And I think from years ago the ancient Sumerians started this about the lizard people. And if you look back through, it's not just in Sumer, it's in Africa. They talk about their elders talk about other beings interbreeding with the...
Well, let me ask you then, because obviously you're talking, as you're saying that, you're saying it like it's fact, all right? So I would say to you then, so even take it, remove it from the question, because the question will remain the same, but do you believe that these maybe used to exist and do no longer do?
No, so I think at the crux of it, it's crazy how you can have civilizations from Africa to Peru to Egypt, to Sumer, to Iraq, who would have never ever been able to meet. At that time, they never crossed those borders to be able to. Perusians had never met people from Sumer, yet they had exactly the same story, and in Africa as well. Identical names for the same people. That's what I find hard for anyone. It's not about.
What does that have to? Because I have the information you're talking about is obviously on lots of podcasts now, and it's about the world being a lot older than it is, and there's a theory that I think is quite interesting, but it also has absolutely nothing to do at that point with those reptilians.
But what I'm saying is,
so there's other answers to that. Is my point, yeah. So we'll stay on topic. Is I know what you're saying. Yeah, and there are a lot of crossovers between a lot of the ancient civilizations. There's probably more answers to it. Fine, that's a different conspiracy theory. How do the reptilians roll into that?
Because what I'm saying is, so the story is that they come from another planet and they come and they bred with they say they bred with the daughters of man. So they bred with women to have like a hibernate of lizard DNA and our DNA. And then they started taking over and taking power, taking influence from people and putting people in places of influence. I'm gonna stop there because I want to. Yeah, go on. Will sure. Will the platform there? Go on, Will.
Draconian. That was the term you used, isn't it?
Draconian also means, are you talking about in terms of...
Yeah, like harsh or excessive, isn't it? That's what it means.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering if it was...
I don't know. I actually don't know if it comes from that term, but I know that obviously Draconian means two different things.
Well, as for like, how did they... I mean, yeah, okay, it's a good point. Like, how did they have the same ideas or, this same pervasive...
That's crazy.
Seems to be thing happening across all the different societies. But I think... we know so little about that ancient world.
That's true.
Like the potential for us to have conquered the seas or whatever before officially,
like documents show,
seems entirely possible.
Oh, absolutely. But then would we have done that and then told everyone about lizards?
Well, as soon as word travels fast, doesn't it? And as soon as like the Silk Road or wherever was it the Bering Strait or something? It's another one, like another area of like a land passage from one continent to the next. Any number of like elements or like weather conditions could have formed a particular land corridor that allowed you to pass.
Yeah,
from
to
one
travel.
place to
Yeah,
another.
absolutely.
It could be like in the case, I think the Bering Strait, it was an ice column, so that's how we could get across from Europe or Russia to North America and Canada. I'm just thinking that like the idea of was it diaspora or like cross pollination, I suppose.
Yeah, like crossbreeding.
Or just cross pollination from one culture or people to another is
entirely
easy
possible.
And pretty easy once it happens. Like we probably had trades back then, so there was people travelling.
Yeah.
I don't know when this was, but we had societies. We had.
I think the overarching what you're saying here is that, and this is what I agree with as well, is that you can extend it slightly. Because we give Alex a go. With all the things you mentioned about, because that comes into it's a different conspiracy theory, but the answer is a lot more logical in a sense of it's maybe just a bit older and we're a lot more advanced than we actually thought.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot left behind.
And I think that's probably the
I
case
agree.
as well.
I agree because I think there's a lot left behind that would say that. I think there's less a conspiracy theory forming into a bit more like science behind it.
Atlantis
now.
wasn't brought up out of nowhere. Plato spoke about Atlantis.
Well, yeah, there's
So,
we won't get too much into
no,
it,
of course not.
But there's like bits like that are like leaning towards. I think that's what you're saying. The same as me, Will, isn't it?
I also want to bring out emphasise the idea of how easy it is to spread an idea. Like we know one story that has gone
Look at Christianity.
exactly throughout the ages,
of course,
everywhere across the world.
Absolutely.
Because people brought those ideas from one culture to another.
I agree.
So it could have just travelled like that, and perhaps we were more superstitious.
It could have been coincidence. It could have been absolute coincidence that everyone drew pictures of like if you look at Egyptian hieroglyphs,
It could have been.
There's a lot of them that are standing up crocodiles. It could have been complete coincidence.
Yeah.
But it's very unlikely.
We'll ask you here, Alex. I'll ask for a decision and an overview because you haven't spoken yet.
Yeah, go on, mate.
My overview first, because I don't know too much about it. I don't know as much as Josh.
Yeah.
Do I believe it? I don't know if I believe that they're fully world leaders. Like, you know, I don't.
Like Joe Biden.
The
and
question
stuff,
is,
Lee Queen.
the question is that they
Yeah,
exist.
what is the actual
Yeah.
question?
The question is that they exist
They still exist
to
on the
this
planet.
day.
Okay.
We can leave it there. We can even remove
Look.
the power element. Let's just
Oh,
say
that it is a thing.
that there are reptilian
Hybrids,
creatures
yeah.
that are aware they're reptilian and live amongst us.
So
Not necessarily in positions of
Because
power.
they're trying to be in positions of power is maybe a motivation you can work with.
Oh,
if you
okay,
like.
okay.
But we're saying that the reptilian people,
They are on Earth, yeah,
they're on Earth, and that they are aware they're reptilian,
and they just live among
amongst
us. Okay.
So I don't believe that they're world leaders in a sense.
No.
Fine, but you heard the question.
But yeah, the question was, are they real?
Yeah.
Essentially, I believe that there is a Men in Black. That's not up for debate. That is a real thing.
100%.
No,
there
that is a real
Yeah,
thing.
of course there is.
I'm gonna pull you for a question here. I know you've done a bit of an overview. So
let me just finish my overview.
Okay.
The Men in Black are the shape-shifting aliens. These reptilians.
I've also heard that as well.
That's-
I've also heard that as well.
I believe in aliens.
Yeah,
right?
I have heard that.
So I would
I
say
did love the bit where you went, and that is fact.
that Men in Black are fact. That is a
Yeah,
fact.
no,
That's
there-
like
there-
MI5.
there are-
Yeah,
there
they've got films.
It's,
three of
it's
them.
not Tommy Lee
Oh,
Jones.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Documentary.
No, I've seen Will Smith. You're right.
No, there is.
No,
No,
Men in Black is a real thing.
there is a
No,
department.
what do you mean by Men in
Whoa,
Black?
whoa, whoa!
The
Well,
Men in Black are a real thing.
we're
I'm not
coming
saying
on.
they- I am not saying.
What do you mean
Right,
though? What do you
no,
mean?
but
He's
that's
talking,
not
he's talking about
that's-
people, the
there
people,
are-
people in wear suits come knocking on your door and say, "Stop talking about
No,
that
I'm not
now."
even saying that. I'm not even saying that. There is a organisation
Part of the
out
CIA,
there.
of course there is.
Yeah,
That's Men in
that
Black.
is true.
Yeah,
Right, that's what
absolutely.
that is
Yeah,
fact.
Like censorship and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
there's
fact. No, no,
He
no,
sounds
no,
like
so-
a Men in
so-
Black.
listen,
Government
listen,
What do they
you-
do?
you're
Alex,
reading
explain
you are
what they
reading
do.
Too much into it.
What do they do?
I don't know
Explain.
what
I'm
they
reading
do.
too much into it.
Everyone's reading too much into what the Men in Black are. What I'm telling you is there is not a secret society, but a
shadow
part of-
government, yeah.
a shadow
A
government.
shadow-
out there
a shadow
called-
government,
well,
yeah.
not even shadow, because they are called the Men in Black. There is a Men in Black.
There is.
There is something
There
called
is
the
a
Men in
thing.
Black.
What do they do?
Tell me what it
I
is.
don't know
though.
what they do. I don't
Tell
know
me what it
is.
is.
I don't know. 'Cause
What
if
the
I-
fuck are you talking about then?
Google what the Men in Black
Would you like
are.
me to-
Not
would
the
you-
film, but it's not about the Men in Black. But what I'm telling you
Would you like me
is-
to tell you what I understand them to be, if you don't know?
because
Let him finish.
Understanding what you understand, what you perceive isn't a fact.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, there's a government, and there is a part of the government called the Men in Black. That is a fact.
Yeah, there is.
Sorry, that is. That
Right,
is a
okay,
fact.
fine.
Right, okay.
Now tell me
Fine.
why the
But-
reptilians are in it.
Yeah.
If I want to say why the reptilian conspiracy is true, because I believe that the reptilians are the Men in Black,
Okay.
for them to be like in the
You
film,
don't know what they
don't-
do, but you believe the reptilians are in there.
I don't know what the real fictive. I don't know what the
What
real
do you think
factual
they do?
Men
What do
in
you
Black.
think they do? What do you think
I think they go to people's doors, they get addicted like Benny and Bernie Hill, and say, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
exactly
But
what
I don't
just
know
said.
why. I don't know what the lizards are doing in there.
Well, the lizards are part of
Alex
that.
is saying that.
Why would you
No.
use lizards for what men can do?
Yeah.
because they've got the technology that we don't have.
But what?
To be able to
but they're just telling.
silence
So they're
people.
just telling. For instance, they're just telling like people who have a bit of a platform to stop talking about certain things they don't like it.
That's right.
But then, yeah, like we say,
Why not
humans
get men to do that?
And that is definitely documented. Things people do that in
Yeah.
Right.
certainly
so that
countries
is
like
Men in
Russia.
Black.
We see it now.
I have heard what you're saying that they do,
Like-
use their
you know-
their.
Sorry,
No, go on, mate.
I was going to say like limiting freedom of the press and stuff like that. You literally see videos of people in St. Petersburg being taken away for protesting.
Yeah.
Like,
No one's
whether it's there or it's
denying
at
that.
someone's door, that
Yeah,
happens.
the-
I just don't know what the lizard element.
Why
is
bring
even
the
doing in
lizards
there.
into it?
They
It's
are-
completely irrelevant
yeah,
to
look,
me.
In popular culture, Men in Black are United States federal. This is fake, by the way. Listen, federal governments who wear black suits and prevent UFO witnesses. Right. That's the film.
Right,
You know
okay, so
that
that-
is.
Well, I don't want to get too much off subject because it's a different
Yeah.
thing.
The problem is there's
Let's-
not enough
let's stop-
time.
but
Let's stop
you
with the
were
Men in
asking-
Black.
No, I know. You was asking what the Men in Black is. The Men in Black is a real thing. I'm not saying it's anything to do with aliens, but the Men in Black are a real thing.
To be fair, you
Right.
can't ask your opinion and ridicule him.
No.
Right.
But it's only because I'm
You
not,
can't do
I'm
that.
not ridiculing. Because I'm not touching on the. I'm trying to move on from the Men in Black part.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that was a fact.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. Well, let's
Okay, cool.
say
Yeah.
whatever you want to say because we're not discussing that part, so we'll write that part off. Yeah. But you said the part I'm getting into is you said that the reptilians are part of it.
Yeah. Why do you
that's-
think that? That's all we're asking.
Because to me, that's what.
Okay, cool. That's it then. Move on.
What it is,
Move
like-
on.
So you
Cool.
believe?
Move
So
on. It's gone
the
on for too
answer
long now.
is this is life.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Wilson.
What's the actual? What is? Sorry.
They are real. They live
I've-
amongst
this-
us.
I can't go against
I've
anything
got
I've read
suspicious feeling
about.
this coin's coming out again.
If this goes heads again, I want to read. I want to
William,
read.
Can someone else flip it? Josh, you flip it.
No,
Yeah.
no. Because if it goes heads, it's on me. No, absolutely not.
Al?
Alex, don't fuck this up. This is the only one I care about.
Oh, he wants to come back. The lizard are
Tails,
fucking
it's
controlling
tails,
that.
it's tails. We'll keep it at that.
We
It's
haven't
tails.
flipped it yet.
Right,
No?
Alex, don't fuck
Oh, we
it.
hadn't
Don't
flipped it
fuck
yet.
it up.
He didn't even get to you.
Right. Wait. I'm just thinking of the obviously.
Okay, yeah, this isn't. Yeah.
This isn't like this. We're agreed on this, so we
But-
know where we stand.
Before you flick it, just be aware that if this lands on tails, I will bring this up in every episode, and you two will have to say to me, "No, yeah, you're right, Josh. Please, Alex, please."
No, it didn't count.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
heads, so enough did not count.
Yeah, fair enough. It's gonna go heads, isn't it? Excellent. Yes, yes.
So what
Right.
do I have to do? I have to keep
So
my mouth
now-
shut when you guys mention.
No,
it?
no, you have to agree. In it.
The narrative of this podcast is now that there are reptilians that live amongst men.
Luke, what do you think about reptilians being like walking among us?
What a
I'm
feeling
not-
that is. That's a
I'm
horrible
not
feeling, isn't
informed.
it?
Will, can I ask you what you think about reptilians walking among us, please?
I'm not. I'm not informed on the subject. Is what I'm gonna
No,
say.
no.
All
Okay,
I
well,
want
can
to
you-
say is I'm looking forward to going home. And no one.
I'm looking for the. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do when I get
Safely.
home. I'm gonna read up on this. I'm gonna read up on a new opinion. Apparently, I've
So-
got.
The minute,
Hang on.
the minute Black are gonna
I'm a swine, a fool.
There's something.
completely uneducated.
swine.
We're gonna end up in one of those camps for like being retested, and be like, no, we're one of you. We're one of you.
Yeah, like forced labour camps. Yeah.
Stress.
Have we got any more?
I
conspiracy
have got
theories?
one. I've got one more that we can go through.
Are you sure you want to do this yourself?
Oh,
Will?
It's been
hey,
updated.
The tally has been
It's
updated.
up here now.
When I go,
Where are you putting it?
that's one that's
It
been.
was on your
added
other shoulder a minute ago.
Well, it was here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see this graphic.
The
that's gonna go
problem
up.
that it's not here is the fact that one of our cameramen has been taken ill.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, I
Food
see why
poisoning.
it's. That's
Do you
why
know
it's
what?
moved.
They've done well holding it so still for such a long
Mate,
time.
incredible work.
I'll be
They're
honest
doing
with you.
it
I don't think
Thanks,
they're very
guys.
good at anything else except holding cameras.
Yeah, it's just. The,
Yeah.
do you know what? It's the way they hold it.
very, yeah, incredible core strength.
Just hold it. You know,
Yeah.
hours on end.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. This is why you leverage. This is why you leverage immigration, isn't it? This is like.
Yeah, well, you get them cheap. that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Philippines, I think these ones are from.
Yeah. Albania is one over there, so
Yeah.
Not they can knock the shit out of pad thai as well.
people tell you now. People been moaning about the cost of living crisis. Tell you now, it's amazing what a tenner will get you.
And they can all sleep in the same broom cupboard.
Anyway,
Right, we're gonna do one last one. All right, now this is one that I had never heard of, and I actually had to reach out because this isn't a world that I know very well, as you've all probably realised. So I had to reach out to Alex and be like, I need to find a funny one. Oh, Brad.
Hello, mate. You alright?
alright, put eyes again. Sorry about the random jump cut there, people.
Part of our crew just like management.
yeah.
team.
Yeah. The studio manager decided to pop his head in, and unprepared. You know, we need an on-air sign. I think someone forgot to flick it on.
We should have told him actually. We should have told him.
Flick it on, Dave. It's on.
Right, let me go back into the final one. Kind of pleased to come in before I read them out, to be honest with you. Right, this one is named Chemicals in the Water Are Turning Frogs Gay.
Turn the frogs go.
This is coming from a gentleman I've never heard of called Alex Jones.
Quite famous.
Oh, really
Famous
famous.
person. I think he's even in the
Infowars.
Simpsons.
I mean, I think we're running fast and loose with the term famous here, but nonetheless.
No, he's,
No,
he's pretty big,
Mate,
actually.
you make it onto the Simpsons, you're pretty big.
yeah, he's pretty big. He's pretty big. He's pretty big.
Sounds like anyone get on there these days. Right.
Wow.
One of Jones's most notorious conspiracy theories is that the government is using chemicals in order to turn people gay, using a mysterious gay bomb devised by the Pentagon. The reason there's so many gay people now, fucking hell, is because a chemical warfare operation, and I have the government documents where they said that they're going to encourage homosexuality with chemicals so that people don't have children. He said on his broadcast in 2010, according to NBC News. 5 years later, the theory took a turn. in Iran that has since become a meme in a line of t-shirts. Jones said that he didn't like the government putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Majority of frogs in most areas of the United States are now gay, Jones said in 2017. The claim was without evidence. In 1994, a government lab did request funds to pursue the development of a weapon that would turn enemy combatants gay, though the project was quickly shelved and no such a weapon was developed. A 2013 report in Gizmodo notes that the same lab also requested funding for bad breath bombs, flatulent bombs, and bomb designs to attract swarms of stinging insects
That'd be
to
better.
enemy
A
combatants.
jam bomb. in other words.
Nothing that. The gay bomb is certainly the most novel.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna,
Russia. Like, you've
I'm
got
gonna
gay
say
bomb.
here, we can start the 5 minutes if you like, and I'm gonna jump in at the start
Okay,
on
fair
this.
enough.
On this.
Go on, mate.
Because
Sorry.
obviously the man is a lunatic. But what I can say is I, from other sources, have heard about
Gay bomb.
that bomb with the chemicals, and apparently one of the reasons it wasn't developed was because of it's against the Geneva Convention.
Oh, well, like war.
In warfare, because
war
obviously
crimes,
you can't use
WMDs.
chemical, and it fell under the bracket of chemical warfare. But and that was on like a military like program. Obviously, there wasn't like to a point when they were going to deploy it and it was ready to go. But the idea, design was there when it was. They'd say like turned you gay. What it apparently did was a chemical that completely rushed in hormone-wise, and then you become just like a raging sexual lunatic.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Basically, you at
homosexual,
21, 3 beers in. So
though. Not necessarily homosexual, just.
you'll just fuck anything, yeah. But obviously, where the only people that are there you're fighting are probably
majority
other men.
yeah.
You don't care what hole you're going for. Think like Greek orgy, yeah.
Do you know something, right? I'm going to bring something up there where you don't care what hole you go in. I read a statistic
Please tell me more.
on it was on Reddit, so I can't say if it's a factual thing. So it's more of a not word of mouth, but it's more of a from the horse's mouth that men that take steroids become so horny they will fuck other men because they need to fuck something
I've heard this before.
because you've got so much testosterone in
Yeah.
your body that you need to fuck something.
Is there anything more manly
Than
than
fucking
fucking
another
another man?
That's very true.
Is there anything more womanly than getting fucked by another man?
No, there's not.
Nah, look, at the end of the day, can I... Have we started a timer?
Yeah.
Oh, we have. Can I go?
Yeah, please do.
No.
Wait. Well, the question is,
No.
well, is he right?
No.
So this isn't like
Look, I've heard, and again, I'm not going to get into another conspiracy theory. There
No.
are theories
You
about
get too
what
angry
government
about it.
can control, but no.
Can I'm gonna aim for this 5 minutes. Add this in the end because in this podcast we've discussed the ridiculous of the moon landing. I mean, the last one for David Icke's like figure
Reptilians.
are so out there. All right, if they are saying that, but if we in this conspiracy are saying someone was devising a bomb, and I know someone initially looked at the design saying like it. Obviously, they've run a little bit fast and loose with how it was going to be used, but has done it, and then the government have looked to use that chemical then against the public to a certain degree to maybe, let's say, cull numbers. If people are gay, they're not going to reproduce, yeah? Now, by the way, I obviously don't believe it, but what amazes me is that is in the realm of ridiculous. And I'm not going to go at you, but it's just amazing how the mind works, is what I'm getting at.
Wouldn't be
is-
the weirdest thing the government have done either.
Because
Well, we've discussed the last two...
They blew up 2 towers and
with you
killed thousands of
guys,
people just
we've
like go to war.
We've discussed like lizards, we've discussed like zoo theory, we've discussed all these mental stuff, but that's the one we
I'm
draw
not
the line.
assuming.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
That's
assuming someone's sexuality based on a bomb.
No,
Based on a bum.
Based on a bum.
you can assume it based on a bum. Actually.
Well, I'm
No,
not.
no,
though.
no,
I'm not
you're-
sitting there saying you're gay because of chemicals.
No. Obviously not.
We're not getting into that side of it. I'm not getting into the cultural part of it, obviously, because we're all very.
So then
much
I'm
people-
confused.
Look, I'm not, but
Probably a bit like gay.
the part I'm saying, don't make this part confused because you're going to end up getting me fucking lynched here. All right, I'm obviously not saying that gay people are the outcome of.
You're confused by people are gay.
I don't understand them. It's scary.
I don't get it.
Yeah? that part I'm obviously not saying. Yeah, and also as well, people have been homosexual for thousands of years and across all different species. So it's mental to think it's not it's not a organic
Yeah.
thing, yeah, because there's a lot of science that shows it's not the case, yeah.
Yeah.
What all I was saying is that we have already ventured. This podcast now officially has to claim that David Icke's right and there's lizards that live amongst people. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's mad that you're happy to sit because we were against that.
I know what you're saying.
We're happy to sit against, but the idea.
But you draw the line at like the government making a frogs gate.
Well, no, but they're not making. They're putting chemicals in the water.
They're making a frogs gate. Yeah.
So what he's actually saying
Okay.
is.
You're right. You are right. How have we
That's
come
less
to that natural
ridiculous.
conclusion?
Can I
less
tell,
ridiculous.
It's not the fact that it's less ridiculous. It's the fact that I don't believe it to be true. Is that, and the reason I believe that it's not real is because I don't believe that the government would want to make people sexual orientation for them. That's
Okay, cool.
in my
It doesn't
mind.
matter.
I
Don't go
agree.
into it.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
What it is.
I agree. I don't think they want to. And also, I always stick with things like this. Is when people say about government's meddling, maybe you'll agree, Will, is that it's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Yeah, and
Depends how good looking he is.
by that,
How many beers down you are?
it's not a gay analogy. By that I mean, what is the outcome of you doing it in the sense of, like, let's say they wanted to reduce population, yeah? There's a million other ways they could do it, yeah? But instead they do it behind everyone's back and do it this way, yeah? The outcome is not really that high, but if someone finds out that's what they're doing, you're talking about complete revolt and anarchy. Yeah, so the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So that's what, and I think that a lot of conspiracy theories of like, yeah, well, why bother? Like, it's not worth
it's not
it.
worth
The only thing I
worth
believe
it.
about this whole thing is like that the US government did, or yeah, I'll say the US government for one,
Or
did have some crazy ideas about like
yeah, because
like
they're
CIA
always
and what
looking
they-
for shit like that.
they had some crazy like schemes going on,
Yeah,
you know, and it's
Absolutely.
not without the realm of someone brought it up, you know, they might have gone
In like a
well,
meeting,
what-
and it's been
yeah,
documented.
okay, so
yeah,
what have you got, Jenkins? And they go, well, frogs.
Let me blow your mind here.
Yeah, frogs.
So
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Those heterosexual bastards.
are we all in agreement then that this isn't life?
we'll go round. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, this isn't life.
Yeah,
I can categorically state.
No reason needed.
No reason needed. Yeah,
Alex?
just don't agree.
No, this isn't life.
Yeah, this isn't life.
well, we can categorically say that frogs have not been turned gay by the US government.
Yeah.
We're
Bing,
touching
bing,
on
bing.
we're touching on the big points here. We're touching on. The big
Do you know
points.
what though? Me and you should have just said they are, just so we had to flip a coin for it. Because that'd have been far funnier
Yeah.
if we all had to
Always
admit.
that's
I'll be honest, yeah. I would happily come on this podcast every week, yeah, under those circumstances, and say that the American government were looking to try and turn its population gay before I agreed to the lizard people.
Yeah.
So we were already on the
Yeah.
worst
Are you-
path.
That's
Are
what I'm
you-
thinking. I was
are
like,
you
we
being-
we actually drew the short straw with the moon landing
Massive.
one.
So you're saying it's more like. So you're
That's
saying it's
worse,
more
isn't it?
likely that the government are turning frogs, not people.
No.
no.
The frogs are an outcome. The frogs are an outcome of it. They're looking to turn their citizens gay.
Oh, okay.
Well, lads,
I think they're both ridiculous.
You still think that's more likely than a civilization from another planet, which we can all agree is mathematically impossible for us to be the only thing, pretty much, as from what you know about maths. Then they've come here and interbred with humans. You think it's more likely that the government tried to create something that turned everyone gay?
lads,
I think both are impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
it
It's
doesn't
nothing
matter.
impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
Oh no, yeah,
You've
actually,
agreed.
you can't do that.
You can't say that.
What the fuck? Oh my god,
right.
it's taken you half an episode.
Listen.
Do they
Let's
include
leave
some
this.
sort of
Lads.
punishment if we say
Right,
that?
There needs to be
look,
something because that was far too quick.
I
You
think
forgot
have to
your
be
role
silent.
far too
I think
quickly.
you have to be silenced for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's your. Oh,
Get
that
2
is a
minutes
great
silence.
You
punishment.
cannot say a word on any subject. You cannot butt in.
That is a great
And if you do
punishment.
butt in, you get another 2
But we
minutes.
won't do that to you now. We won't do that to you now because you didn't
that's-
know.
that's
We're
coming
going to have
next
to
week,
use this moon landing
right?
thing to the nth degree.
So,
Oh yeah.
so
No,
with
it's
that-
not doing it now.
no,
You can't do
with-
it. you
With that,
Yeah,
thank you for 100,000
yeah,
views.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
We're aware that includes shorts, by the way, before someone comments
mate,
it.
content.
Yeah. And do you know what? Whoever commented, podcast ain't for everyone. Fuck you, whoever you are on TikTok. I don't know who you think you
Who
are.
said, what did they say?
He
I
said,
don't know.
podcast is not for everyone, lads. And obviously I'll comment because I can't
Do
leave
you
it
know
alone.
what- do you know what-
Pathetic, mate.
Do you know
Come
what?
on, I'm saying a bit better.
No, do you
Where's
know
your
what?
podcast, you
Do you know
mug?
what? I'm going to join in this. Fuck you.
Yeah,
And you know
fuck-
what? But I'm saying
Thanks for the
this.
view, bastard.
Yeah, you've contributed to 100 views, you
You know,
clown.
I'm saying it for two reasons, all right? One, he never comments again, and the fuck you means nothing. We move on with our lives, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Or he comments again,
Right out of the cage.
in which case he's come back.
Yeah, yeah. He's so
He can't
good.
win.
No, he.
Please comment again, because the fact you've rewatched it means we've won already.
Look, 100,000 views, lads.
Yep.
Who would have thought it?
No, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's
So
only a matter
what are
of
we
time,
going
where-
for? I don't know what the next milestone will be for us.
200,000, I
Million.
guess.
Million.
Are we going for views?
Maybe half a mil.
Half a mil. Half a mil's good.
Just on views? Are we saying?
Subscribers as well.
Yeah,
we'll
no.
see, we'll see.
Oh no, we need 1,000 subscribers.
1,000 subscribers.
1,000
So
subscribers.
we're a long way.
We
Oh,
only
long
need
way
998.
Half a million views and 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So we're like what 998 off. So
Yeah, about that, I think.
But listen, we had a year of basically dragging our feet
We did.
without Parky because
Yeah.
he has provided us with this
A lot of substance.
wonderful headquarters
studio.
here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Yeah,
you know,
so
and also
that's
his
true.
home for one of the episodes. So we're only now just getting, dipping our toes in
Yeah.
to the great world of
We are.
podcasting.
Very true.
So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and next week we'll be back with our normal.
Drivel.
Which
True,
William
yeah.
can read that story.
Yeah,
yeah, Will's got the story next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah,
do a
I'm
wonderful
sure
one for
I'll
you
find
all.
one.
Goodbye.
Take care.
peace out.